Do wearables support progress, not stall it? Do fitness trackers really work?
They are useful, but they can also be an over-analyzer's worst nightmare. Analysing everything to the utmost level, I don't see the fun in that anymore.
It takes a human element out of it, I do find, with some watches. If I wake up and my watch says I've had a 48 sleep score, I immediately react.
I don't want to be ruled by it.
And we want you to watch this before you buy one or you set one up. If you are looking at data, really delve into the trends, not the daily scores.
It's not about the peaks and troughs of the waves, it's about the motion of the ocean.
Educate yourself around it. For you, what is the most overrated wearable metric?
Calories.
I'm going to go recovery scores.
Welcome to the PerformWell podcast, the podcast for you if you're looking for performance and wellness strategies from top experts in the field, such as myself and Dan King. Please do like, subscribe, and follow us if you're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or any other platform, because it really does help us get the message out and also help more people like yourself. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the PerformWell podcast, the podcast for you if, well, you've already seen the episodes about.
You're going to repeat again.
Right. Commenter of the week. You have earned yourself a 4-week program for free. All you got to do is comment back saying, that's me. Have a go. Who will it be? We're going to find out.
Very delicate spin. Go on.
Well, I've been waiting for this one because I can't say this name. Oleg Grinchenko 7288. Yeah, cool. Whatever. You know, because
is this the dude who comments on all of them? What a man.
Yeah, that's what I mean, mate.
What a man.
All these are our loyal commenters. You guys are all in to win. And when I say you win a 4-week program, you win a 4-week program on our app for free. No questions asked, no sales pitch, nothing like that. You get a program.
You just get a free training program.
Just to say thank you for commenting, okay?
Yes.
The rest of you keep commenting if you want to win.
Yes. Now, what we are going to introduce today, and I'll talk while Nick moves the bits and pieces, we are going to do a new segment, which we're calling Who's in the Box. Okay, this is a bit of a fun one where you guys can get involved, and it's basically a celebrity sports performer, either in the wellness case,
Lana Rhodes. Lana Rhodes.
No, not that kind of sports performer.
Okay.
But basically, I'm going to give you guys a hint, and we'd like you to comment the name of this person, and the person who gets it right will also win a 4-week training program. But you have to get it right, okay? And it will be randomly selected from the group of people.
Oleg Grinchenko. Oleg Grinchenko. If you comment this, you get 2 months.
You get 8 weeks. You get an 8-week program. Okay, so the fun fact about this person, and Nick doesn't know who I've selected for this one. The fun fact about this person is they were inspired to take up their sport by the movie E.T. That's all you get. That is all you're getting.
Easy.
That is all you're getting.
Easy.
What's your guess?
I'm not going to say.
You're not going to say.
No. I don't want to inspire. I don't want to inspire, the right answer to come out from my words.
Yeah. So this sports person watched E.T. and went, I want to do something like that one day. There you go. But that's it. Comment below and you guys will be in with a chance of winning 4 weeks. Now, topic for this week, and I think it's a really important one. We are going to be talking about, do fitness trackers really work? And we want you to watch this before you buy one or you set one up.
Short answer is no. No, I'm joking.
So me and Nick, as you can tell, Nick's got an Apple Watch and I've got a Garmin. So we both had our fair share of fitness trackers. And I think it'll be a really important conversation when we're talking about, do they help people progress or do they actually limit people because they get so anxious about fitness trackers? Yeah. Let's start with your own experience. What has your experience with fitness trackers been like?
I've tracked everything from sleep to stress to HRV to runs to swims, whatever. And look, honestly, the short answer is they are useful, but they can also be like an over-analyzer's worst nightmare, in the sake that, I found that analyzing everything to the utmost level would often limit me in the fact it wouldn't allow me peace of mind to be able to live my life because I'd be stressed about every little detail. So I do think that it has a place in specific contexts. Like if you're going to do a run, it's useful to have the information to see how your run's performed. If you're going to have good quality sleep to see whether you're improving that area, then obviously do that. If you track every fucking detail all the time and you become a human laboratory, such as the Brian Johnson guy, trained it forever, I don't see the fun in that anymore. Like for me personally, I like to live in the moment and like to enjoy what I'm seeing right now. And to have to think about this number in my head of what's not improving or what's improving is absolutely paralyzing.
It takes a human element out of it, I do find, with some watches. Like, I've had a watch for 2 years now. I started off with an Apple Watch SE, and now I've got a Garmin Instinct. Fortunately, I only went for a Garmin Instinct, and just to give you a little bit of background, because it doesn't show me everything at once. I don't get text messages on it. It's just a sports watch, so it's not a lifestyle watch. It's just I use it for doing triathlons. That's it.
Yeah.
Or like runs or whatever.
GPS on them is a lot better.
GPS is great on them.
Yeah.
Like, the Garmin that I've got is great. But
And the battery life is insane.
Oh yeah, this has lasted me like 2 weeks
Apple
now.
Watch battery life is shite.
Yeah, but this isn't going to be like, buy this, you have to buy this watch, this is a better one because we've tried it. This isn't that kind of video. What it is informing you of the information before you actually get into having one, because they are expensive purchases. The one question I've got, and I wrote this down, for the average person, do wearables improve results? And when I talk about results, I'm talking about genuinely improve someone's health.
Yeah.
You do think so?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
I mean, it's from what I said earlier, like there's certain things that is good to know. Like the first step to Alcoholics Anonymous, for example, is accepting you have a problem. So when people accept that they have a problem with their sleep because the wearable's saying that, they're more likely to find solutions to that problem. All right. And I think that's healthy. I think it's healthy to know you've got a problem. You know, it's not very healthy to live your life thinking that everything's fine all the time.
Yeah, and I agree. And I'll play a little bit of devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
I think where it can stall your progress is when you, as you've said, you rely on the metrics. Like, your reliance is that metric proves positive, and then you're going to have a positive day. Like, if I wake up and my watch says I've had a 48 sleep score, I immediately react and behave as if I've had a 48 sleep score.
That's shit.
I don't even know what that means.
Man.
Huh?
That is shit emotional regulation.
Yeah, it is. And if you watched our previous podcast, you know what we're on about. But that's interesting, because there are a lot of people that will go out there and they'll be like, oh, I had 5 minutes less REM, bad day.
No, that's literally what happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're saying, didn't you?
I get that feeling.
Yeah.
No, it's, when you have well, don't be wrong. If you get a good sleep score, you feel great. But there's days where you do feel good and it's still a low sleep score and you just can't work it out and you've done everything. I don't know how, they're not 100% accurate for starters. Like, there's no 100% accuracy with these things. Same as body fat calipers. So we don't know for sure if that sleep score 48 is actually a 48.
Yeah.
Could be worse, could be better. Could be, obviously there's a margin of error. But I don't like living like that. I mean, that's just for me. Like, I'm sure there's people out there that love data to the point where it's just like they cream over it, thinking about, numbers all the time.
It's the people who want that 100 sleep score on Garmin.
Yeah.
They're working towards that 100 sleep score badge, which is just impossible.
I'm an in the moment guy. I want to be in the moment.
Yeah.
I want to have some idea about what's going on. I don't want to live by it. I don't want to be ruled by it. You know, when I tell people that come to train with me specifically, they tell me they have a goal of losing this much weight, blah, 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 blah. They give me the numbers. That's cool. I get it. But I always ask them, like, why do you want to do that? Like, why do you want to lose 20 pounds? Do you imagine yourself being miserable doing this or happy doing this? And then it makes them think, well, I want to be happy doing this. It's like, cool. So why do you want to lose weight this quickly?
I do find, we're talking about weight from what you were saying there very quickly. I think one of the best things of watches is steps. It's so easy to track your steps on
Is it more accurate than a phone?
Yeah, but people put their phone down.
They do.
My phone's here right now. That's not tracking my steps.
Yeah.
But if I wander around and leave my phone
I
here...
get my watch off, though, when I come home.
Yeah, but is that because it's an Apple Watch and it has no battery in it?
Right now, it doesn't have a battery in it.
So, whereas
dead.
mine can stay on for like the next week and it'll be fine.
No, I just like I like my wrist being free.
Oh, does it feel caged?
Yeah,
Apple caged your wrist?
I mean, that looks bigger, to be honest with you, but I would say the Whoop was the only one thing I could wear all the time because it's a bit more streamlined, bit nicer fabric. It's this fucking rubber, man. This rubber
band.
I used to get skin that used to like melt underneath, basically. It turns to like paper mache from the rubber, like, and the sweat.
What, in that watch specifically?
Well, previous watch, one I wore at night, yeah.
Yeah. See, this one's not too bad because it's not like completely on the skin, but like, this is where kind of trackers do come in useful. And a lot of my clients, I find it really useful when I know when they have a tracker. Normally, you can kind of tell they link it up to the app so we can see all the data that's tracked in there. But also at the same time, they're a little bit more rigorous with the data.
Yeah.
I'm a data man and I like to kind of see where stuff flows. I was much more aware of my steps when I got this watch, less aware when I had my phone, just because I always felt like my phone had to be in my pocket.
Do you track your steps? Like, do you care about it?
I care. So my rule of thumb is 5K a day, regardless of how I feel. I do 5K a day.
You actually aim for that?
I aim for 5K a day, regardless. 5K a day keeps the doctor away.
It might be just because the way, like, of my job, but I don't care.
But is that because you hit 5K without?
Oh, it's because I hit it without any fucking problem.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. But like, thing is with me, I've got a little bit different thing going on here, right? Like, I have an instinct to get up and walk without even thinking about it. That's not the case of everyone. I get it. I feel awful if I don't go for a walk. Like, I don't need a stepper to do that. So for me, like, and there's a lot of people that are on both sides of this equation. People that side with what you're saying. There's a lot of people that will think it's over excessive to track steps and all this stuff. I'm in the middle. Like, there's certain people need it, some other people don't. If you're someone that naturally gets steps and don't stress about it.
I think it's just useful to have that reminder. Like, I used to always be in the gym, and when I had my phone, I was always interested. I was like, I know I'm doing like 8-9K a day. Yeah. It's easy. Like today, I would have done 5.
Wait, we're talking about 6-hour day, 8-hour day in the gym.
What, in terms of working? Yeah, like 8 to 10, depending.
No, you're probably hitting 18,000, 20,000.
No, I've never done that. No, because I don't. This is the thing in sessions. I'm not moving around all the time.
You're not?
So, no, not all the time. The gym's quite small. I can't, like some areas I can't move
half
to.
My time in a deep squat position, balancing on my toes.
It's the PT, like, squat down into, like, the frog pose, and you could push someone over as you walk past.
Sometimes I'm watching them and I'm counting them down, and I'm just, like, moving my knee in weird positions for no reason.
Yeah, you're just trying to get comfy in the position or going down on one knee. But like,
I'm just testing my mobility as I'm, like, sitting there.
As somebody's, I mean, it's good. But I think let's talk a little bit in terms of progress and like, what is it worth people paying attention to when they're using fitness trackers? Like, what kind of data would you benefit from seeing the most?
Look, step is definitely good. I think a lot of people trying to lose weight try to get it for the sake of seeing how many calories they're burning, which is massively inaccurate information. And I get a lot of people that will burn less than usual, and then they'll tell me or ask me, sorry, should I decrease my calories? And I'm like, no, don't decrease your calories. Like, your calories have been calculated based on the fact that I assume you're going to burn less one day and burn more one day, so don't worry. But some people get so over reliant on it. Now, in terms of what people should track, I mean, I think sleep could be a very important thing to track initially for those that don't have any idea. Like, I think later on, after, let's say, a couple of months of tracking your sleep, I don't necessarily think you have to do it every day, but it can definitely help initially just to see how much REM sleep you're getting, how much deep sleep you're getting, seeing where the problem is. Because you could find that you're tired because your deep sleep is massively limited, or you might not be getting enough REM sleep, and that could explain why you're getting brain fog and your brain's a bit, head's a bit achy in the morning, and you've got that kind of delirious state about you. And you'll identify what that is very easily by having the sleep.
So sleep and steps would be your kind of go-to too.
I'm just saying one, then I'm going to pass the torch to you.
Yeah. I mean, I go sleep and steps. They're the two that I'd go with. I completely agree with you on tracking calories burned, because most watches, even the most high-end accurate watches, are about 30% out. So I wouldn't even worry about tracking your calories burned. You do not want to worry about that too much. I think activity, just general day-to-day activity, if you're going for a run, doing a strength session, cycling, that's where they're uber useful.
I'm not so fussed about strength training aspects. Okay, to say that you've done it, calculate what your heart rate is and stuff like that. But like, I don't really care about the strength session, because my goal for the strength session is just a weight. I'm tracking it through a different means.
Cool.
But I agree with the running, swimming, cycling, anything like that. Like, if you're an athlete, these can be your greatest tool, because the data you get from them is phenomenal.
Most athletes will, I argue that most athletes these days have a wearable.
Yeah.
I don't think I know like, you see them on the start line for the London Marathon. I don't remember the last time I didn't see someone standing there with a smartwatch, something to record the data. They had to get the data from what they were doing.
I agree. I mean, I think if you're an athlete, your wearables are going to be brilliant for you. For the general population that just want to get fitter, lose some weight, etc., get it for the sleep and steps purpose. Like, and a lot of you have them. Now, obviously, Apple Watch, anything with like a smart screen, like Galaxy does watches as well, and Google Pixel, I'm not sure.
Watches now,
those are obviously multi-tools. They can be used for activity. They can also be used for getting notifications and answering questions and stuff. I haven't used it for anything other than tracking. I find it too small to answer type messages. I find it too fiddly to take calls. I just don't touch it for that purpose. Right? I do use it to listen to music sometimes, because when you're running, it helps. But generally, that's what I would recommend this specific watch for. is that ability to just have the multifunctional, you see some notifications and then go for a run.
Yeah. Because I don't know, I don't get calls. As I said, I don't get anything on this. I could, but I don't. I think it's important when you are looking at data. I just want to add something in there. If you are looking at data, really delve into the trends, not the daily scores.
Yeah.
Stop looking at day to day what you're doing. Look at if it's improving over the course of weeks or months. Like that, you're looking at an average trend increase. It's not because you did 7K one day and the next day you did 8K steps. The next day drops to 5. Oh, shit's gone out the window. Doesn't work like that. As long as your weekly rolling average is higher, that's where you're going to see a positive benefit.
It's not about the peaks and troughs of the waves. It's about the motion of the ocean. Listen to that bad boy.
Now, how can people use wearables without losing progress? Because I think a lot of people, we've spoken, this is going to kind of been a little bit of a repeat.
What do you mean?
So basically what I mean is when people look at the data and like recovery data, I think that's a fantastic point to raise. Recovery data and body battery data. Garmin and Whoop do this a lot. They've got body battery where they kind of tell you how much, like my body battery currently is at 23%. So apparently I've only got 23% before I pass the fuck out.
Oh, poor man.
Mate, I'm fucking ruined. But like somebody would look at that and go, oh, I've only got 23% left. Can't do anything now.
Yeah.
Can't go to the gym. My recovery time's poor.
It can affirm that belief that you are tired.
Yes.
When you might actually just be tired because you're not resilient enough, for example. I don't know. I'm just making some shit up.
All started work at 6:30 this morning.
Making some shit up.
You know? But yeah, like, you can look at that battery data and like recovery data. Do you know when it says 36 hours to recover?
Don't screw that.
Into that all the time. It doesn't.
Training Peaks, right? I fucking started using it recently.
Yes.
But this thing said I went for one run and my fatigue went down -10. I was like,
mate,
what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm now fatigued for the next 10 weeks. I'm not allowed to train it.
Yeah, honestly, you guys don't need to worry too much about this unless you are doing stuff like triathlons and endurance and all that kind of stuff. But there's things called training stress balance scores, which is probably what you're talking about. And
mate, it's awful.
And these things are dictated by the activities that you do. And depending on the length, time and intensity, that affects your score. And it can literally turn around and tell you on the app, it's like, stop training for a week. just because you've done one.
It's like,
really
that ain't happening, man. No, I gotta train.
But this is where we're saying about data trends. It hasn't built up enough data trends to say what you are like as a person. You've got to wait 2 weeks before you get enough.
This is a good point. Like HRV, heart rate variability, I've got kind of a low HRV, and I was always stressing out seeing what the average was, and I was thinking, why is mine so below average all the time? But HRV doesn't work like that. That's based on the average in the app. It's like, this is the average HRV, yours is lower, therefore you got lower HRV. That's not how it works. It's based on your body. It's based on what's normal for you, and your normal HRV levels then determine what that number means. So sometimes these apps do have the average based on a lot of people and don't take into account your own personal differences. You know, I'm abnormal to the average person. I'm 6'4". You know, I'm leaner than most naturally. There's genetic advantages I have. There's disadvantages I have. I've got bilirubin, Gilbert syndrome. That kind of doesn't affect shit, to be fair. But I'm just saying, I've got some unique things going on, right?
Let's do rapid fire to round up.
Yeah.
So rapid fire for you. What is the most overrated wearable metric?
Fuck. This is hard to say when it's quick. Calories. Calories out, burned.
Okay, I'm going to go recovery scores.
Yeah.
I think they're overrated. And then one mistake people make when fitness tracking.
Not charging their battery.
Yeah. Overcomplicating it. And then final takeaway from this, how do wearables support progress, not stall it?
Awareness.
Yeah. More awareness around what you're doing, asking the questions you need to ask. Man. Yeah, but I agree with you on that one. There's not really much else I'd go. But yeah, being aware of what the data means, educate yourself around it. All right, guys, we really appreciate you stopping on this podcast. I hope that's helped clear up some kind of commonalities about wearables. And we look forward to seeing the next one. We've got a guest coming on next.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you guys very soon.
Ciao, ciao.